Welcome to Let's Face It Moments with Shakeema S. Perry, where we talk about everything kingdom.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Shakeema S. Perry. I just jumped on real quick to encourage, and I want to talk about today, it's just a test. Some of you guys may be going through the toughest season, the toughest things that you have ever gone through in your life, and you probably don't understand why it's happening. And a lot of times, it's just God testing us. Just to reference the Bible, and when it's probably pretty much in Genesis, when Moses, talked to Pharaoh and told Pharaoh to let God's people go. You have to remember that God said, in the word it says God hardened Pharaoh's heart. And you would think, like, why would God do that, right? Why would God harden Pharaoh's heart? Because soon as he said, let my people go, Pharaoh said no. So I had to reference that because I was dealing with a situation that I'm like, why did God, you told me to do this? And it seems like it's not happening. But God was teaching me, and God was also teaching teaching Moses trust, to build trust. So a lot of times, if you think about it, right? So if Moses didn't trust God, he went back 6-7 times to tell Pharaoh to let God's people go. He would have just quit, right? He would have been like, God, I'm not doing this no more. It's over. I'm just tired of this. I can't deal with this no more. What is the point? Why you have me do this stuff, right? So sometimes God will tell you to do things and it may not work out the way you might think, is because God is building trust. And also he's trying to see if you're going to be obedient. It's a test. He's like, let me see if you're going to still worship me if things don't work out. You're going to still praise me. You're going to still do what I told you to do if it doesn't work out the way you think it should work out. So a lot of times God wants us to go through certain things, not because he's trying to lie to us or tell us the wrong thing. He just wanted to see if you're going to still trust him. You're going to still love him, And also, he wants to check your response sometimes. Sometimes our response is wrong. Sometimes we murmur, we complain. So God wants to check our response. Is our response the right way? Are we doing the right thing? Right? He wants to see if we're ready. So the test is really to see if you're ready for the next level, if I'm ready for the next level. So if your response is like, I'm angry with God, if your response is, I'm tired of this, and you murmur and complaining, God is seeing that you're not ready to go to that next place. But when you respond and say, you know what, God, I trust you no matter what. I'm just going to continue to go through this process. I'm going to continue to trust you. I'm not going to be angry with you, because really, to be honest, we don't have a right to be angry with God. He put breath in our bodies. So we really don't have no right to be mad at him at anything. He allowed you to live. You should be grateful. We should be grateful. So a lot of times we take, because God allows things, we say, oh, it's God's fault and all this stuff. A lot of stuff is really, most of the time is man's fault. A lot of things that happen in life is man's doing. Sometimes, when it comes to of course, natural disasters and things like that, of course, is not man. But God sometimes do allow these things to happen to shake us up a little so we can draw closer to him. So I wanted to kind of encourage you and tell you, look, it's just a test, right? And if you respond the right way and you still trust God, you're not only going to pass the test, you're going to pass it with flying colors. You're going to be an A student in this. You're going to be a specialist in this. You'll be able to teach others the things that you know because you went through this. And also God wants to get the full glory, because if it was easy, we'll take the credit. If it was easy, we'll take all of the, what we did and what we did. Like, how some people say, they're Christians, right? And they say, well, I'm a self-made millionaire, right? How you self-made and you didn't make yourself, right? So sometimes we forget God, and God doesn't want us to forget about him. He doesn't want us to forget what he has done. Because the things that you're going through is not forever. It's just a temporary season in your life that will change. But you have to trust him and be obedient to his word and do what he has asked you to do. Just do it. Just like Moses had to do it. He probably felt like, why am I keep on going to Pharaoh? He's going to tell me the same thing. He had to trust God in the process. So trust God in the process. You start to trust God in the process, he's going to do great and mighty things for your life. So remember, it's just a test. So don't be discouraged. Be encouraged that God is going to see you through it, and you're going to pass, and you're going to have not only a test, but a testimony to share with others of what God has done in your life. So I hope this bless you. You have a great day. Bye-bye.